When it's freezing outside, staying warm isn't just about wearing a thick coat. It's about layering smart. Choosing the right fabrics for each layer can make all the difference between feeling cozy and feeling like a walking icicle. But how do you build a winter outfit that actually works? What should go next to your skin? And what should protect you from wind and snow? This video breaks down the cold weather layering system, one fabric at a time. Because when you understand what each layer does, you don't just stay warm. You stay comfortable, dry, and ready for anything winter throws your way. What is cold weather layering and why it matters? Layering is more than just throwing on extra clothes. It's a system, one that keeps your body warm, dry, and able to adjust as the weather changes throughout the day. The basic idea? You dress in 3 key layers, each with its own job. The base layer sits next to your skin and manages moisture, pulling sweat away before it chills you. The mid-layer is all about insulation, trapping warm air close to your body. And the outer layer is your shield, blocking wind, rain, and snow from getting in. When these layers work together, they create a personal climate system. Warm, breathable, and protective. And the beauty of layering is that it's adjustable. If you're hiking uphill and start sweating, you can unzip or remove the outer shell. If the wind picks up, you zip back up. You control the insulation based on your activity and the weather. Without layers, you're stuck. One thick sweater might feel warm indoors, but it can overheat you outside or freeze you if it gets wet. That's why smart layering is a favorite technique of hikers, skiers, and anyone who wants to stay warm without sweating buckets. But here's the trick. Layering isn't just about how many pieces you wear, it's about what they're made of. Because the fabric you choose for each layer can either help or ruin the whole system. Let's start at the base, the first thing that touches your skin. Best fabrics for base layer. The base layer is the one you put on first, the one that sits right against your skin. And its main job isn't to keep you warm. It's to keep you dry. When your body moves, even just walking in the cold, you sweat. If that sweat stays on your skin, it cools you down fast. That's why the base layer's most important feature is moisture wicking. It pulls sweat away from your body and helps it evaporate. The best base layer fabrics are ones that dry quickly and still feel comfortable. One top choice is merino wool, soft, natural, and surprisingly good at managing moisture without smelling bad. Unlike regular wool, merino doesn't itch, and it keeps you warm even when it's damp. If you're allergic to wool or want something cheaper, look for synthetic options like polyester or nylon blends. These are often used in sportswear and thermal tops. They dry fast, are lightweight, and fit snugly, which is great for trapping a thin layer of warm air next to your skin. What should you avoid? Cotton. Always cotton. It might feel soft and cozy at first, but cotton absorbs moisture and holds onto it. Once it's wet, it stays wet, and in cold weather, that's a recipe for chills. A cotton undershirt under your sweater might seem harmless, but it can soak up sweat and make you feel cold all day. So if you want a base that works, go for merino or synthetics. They don't just keep you dry, they set the stage for everything else you layer on top. Best fabrics for mid-layer. The mid-layer is your main source of warmth. Its job is to trap body heat. Not by being heavy, but by creating tiny air pockets that hold warmth close to you. Think of it as your personal insulation layer, like the filling in a sandwich between your skin and the outside world. The most popular choice for a mid-layer is fleece. Made from polyester, fleece is light, breathable, and holds warmth even if it gets slightly damp. It's a favorite for active winter wear because it keeps you cozy without weighing you down. Plus, it comes in different thicknesses, from thin microfleece to thick, heavy fleece jackets. Another great mid-layer option is wool, especially merino wool or blended wool sweaters. Wool doesn't just insulate, it also breathes, so you don't overheat. It's perfect for everyday winter outfits where comfort matters as much as warmth. For extra insulation, some people go for down or synthetic puffers as a mid-layer, especially in very cold conditions. Down is ultra-warm and compressible, but it loses its insulating power when wet. Synthetic insulation like Primaloft keeps working even in damp conditions, making it a smart choice in wet or snowy climates. Avoid bulky cotton hoodies or fashion sweatshirts in this layer. They might feel warm indoors, but they trap moisture and don't insulate well outside. A good mid-layer should always be breathable, because if it holds in sweat, it'll just make your base layer wet too. In short, your mid-layer should be warm but light, insulating but breathable. Fleece and wool are reliable staples, and they're easy to pair with whatever comes next. Your protective outer shell. Best outer layer materials. The outer layer is your shield, the final barrier between you and the elements. It doesn't need to keep you warm by itself. Its main job is to protect everything underneath from wind, rain, and snow. When cold air cuts through your clothes, or moisture soaks your mid-layer, your whole layering system falls apart. That's why the outer layer is all about weather resistance, and the right fabric makes all the difference. The most common material for outer layers is polyester or nylon, especially in jackets labeled as windproof or water-resistant. These synthetic fabrics are lightweight, durable, and designed to block out wind. Many come with DWR, durable water repellent coatings, which help water bead up and roll off instead of soaking in. For full weather protection, look for waterproof breathable fabrics like Gore-Tex or similar membranes. These materials stop water from getting in, but still let moisture escape, so you don't end up sweaty and wet on the inside. They're ideal for active use in snow, rain, or long walks in unpredictable weather. In milder cold, a soft-shell jacket might be enough. It's stretchy, breathable, and usually water-resistant, perfect for layering over fleece in dry but chilly conditions. For casual everyday wear, fabrics like wool blend coats, teddy fabric, or Sherpa-lined jackets may not be waterproof, but they provide wind resistance and style. Just know their limits if the weather gets wet. And again, avoid cotton here. A thick cotton coat might look warm, but if it gets wet, it stays wet and heavy. Your outer layer should be easy to take on and off, roomy enough to fit over your other layers, and suited to your lifestyle. Whether that's walking the dog, commuting to work, or hiking through snow. It's the final step in smart winter layering, and it can make or break your cold weather comfort. Common mistakes in winter layering. Even with the right intentions, it's easy to get layering wrong and end up too cold, too sweaty, or just uncomfortable. Here are some of the most common mistakes people make when dressing for cold weather, and how to avoid them. Mistake 1. Wearing cotton as a base layer. We've said it before, and we'll say it again, cotton is a trap. It soaks up sweat and holds onto it, making you colder the longer you wear it. T-shirts, hoodies, and socks made from cotton can ruin your whole layering system. Choose moisture-wicking materials instead. Mistake 2. Skipping the middle layer. Some people think a thick coat is enough, but without insulation underneath, your body heat escapes. A good mid-layer, like fleece or wool, creates a buffer of warm air. It's what keeps you cozy, especially during long outdoor exposure. Mistake 3. Making the outer layer too tight. Your outer shell should protect, not squeeze. If it's too fitted, it compresses your inner layers and prevents proper insulation. You want space for air to circulate. That's what holds warmth. Mistake 4. Using non-breathable materials. A plastic raincoat might keep water out, but it also traps sweat inside. If your layers can't breathe, you'll overheat, get wet from the inside, and eventually feel cold again. Choose outer layers that are both water-resistant and breathable. Mistake 5. Layering too much. More isn't always better. If you wear 5 layers and start sweating, it defeats the purpose. The goal is balance, efficient insulation with flexibility. Too many layers can restrict movement and backfire in warmer moments. Smart layering is about understanding how each piece works and using the right fabrics in the right place. Once you get it right, you'll be able to step outside on a freezing day and actually enjoy it, warm, dry, and comfortable from head to toe. Staying warm in winter isn't just about piling on clothes. It's about choosing the right ones, in the right order. Layering isn't complicated once you understand how each part works. A dry base, an insulating middle, and a protective outer shell. And when you know what each fabric does, you can build outfits that feel better, last longer, and keep you comfortable no matter how cold it gets. So next time you head out into the cold, don't just reach for the thickest thing you own. Layer smart, and let the fabric do the work.